Hundreds of Liberians from the Northwest Metro are rallying at the state capitol as they face possible deportation. Reporter Sonia Goins is live at the Capitol with more. Sonia?
Now, Shannon, they're calling it a state of emergency. Now, behind me, the rotunda is packed with immigrants from Liberia. Now, a few minutes ago, they were chanting, "Renew, renew." They want President Trump to renew an immigration policy called Deferred Enforced Departure, or DED. Now, that deadline ends March 31st, and some of the immigrants face a really tough situation. They can either have to leave the country they've come to know for like 20 years or stay and become undocumented.
People are scared and people are nervous. So we don't want to destroy the fabric and the unity that exists within our communities.
Now, President Trump terminated DED by executive order last year, but leaving Liberia has stabilized. This immigration action only applies to Liberians. It started decades ago when Liberians sought refuge in the United States after a deadly civil war. They were granted temporary status in 1991. Now, thousands of Liberians could be sent back to Africa after the March 31st deadline. Community leaders, local and congressional lawmakers are urging President Trump to extend DED for 2 years in hopes of giving them more time to come up with a permanent pathway to citizenship.
Liberians have been here for a long time. All of their kids who indeed are citizens in our schools. They're part of our community. They are woven into this beautiful American experience. There's nothing to go back to in Liberia. They're Americans, they're part of our communities in the schools. They will be separated from their parents.
Now, this really is a life-changing situation. I just spoke with a woman from Brooklyn Center. She didn't want to go on camera, but she told me she'd been in this country for 23 years, and she has a daughter at Park Center. Now she's making arrangements for someone to take care of her daughter, just in case she has to leave. Now, meanwhile, this rally is expected to wrap up in 30 minutes, but community leaders tell me they're going to keep on fighting right until the March 31st deadline. Live at the Capitol, Sonia Goins, CCX News.
All right, thank you, Sonia. The Maple Grove City Council will revisit a significant change planned for the shops at Arbor Lakes. The City Council on Monday will review plans to open up the interior of the shopping center to vehicle traffic. That area is currently pedestrian only. Shopping center management say the change is needed to bring more traffic to the retailers. They say several key tenants have left the Central Mall area over the past several years because it's only accessible by foot. Local cities are receiving thousands of dollars to increase the diversity of their trees. The money will combat the devastation of the ash trees caused by emerald ash borer. Ash trees make up about 15% of trees in Hennepin County. To counter their potential demise, Hennepin County awarded grants to communities with lower tree canopy and higher disparities. Brooklyn Park will receive more than $33,000, Robbinsdale $14,000, and Osseo $4,000. Schools like Prairie Seeds Academy in Brooklyn Park and Weaver Lake Elementary in Maple Grove will also receive money to hold tree planting events. A Brooklyn Park family's tragedy helped create an opportunity to send a group of Park Center students to college. 5 seniors from Park Center recently received checks for $5,000 apiece. The money came courtesy of the Mo 123 Scholarship Fund. The scholarship was created in honor of Mustafa Sarem, an alumnus of Park Center who contracted the flu and died last year at the age of 41. Sarem valued education, so his family established the scholarship as a way to honor his life.
It's a great honor for our students to receive or be beneficiaries of these scholarships, and they were very substantial, and these scholarships went to students who are so deserving. Most who have been through some very difficult paths from immigration and from financial need, so it's an outstanding way to support these students in their educational process.
The scholarship fund raised $26,000 in its inaugural year. The weather might have disrupted their rehearsal schedule, but you just can't stop the beat of Cooper High School's musical comedy, Hairspray. Neil Persley has a sneak peek in today's weekend showcase.
First First hitting Broadway in 2002, the comedy musical Hairspray is set in Baltimore in 1962. The story centers around the kids on the Corny Collins Show.
Corny Collins is the host of the Corny Collins Show. It's a dance show that takes place in the 1960s. It starts out racially segregated, but Corny is one for progressive thought. So he's into integrating the show.
You can't miss Lily Perkins' character Luann. I wondered if that was her real hair.
I've never been put in a wig before, actually, and I didn't know I was going to be wearing a wig until she said just like 2 days ago, like, yep, I'm going to be putting you in a wig, and I had no idea it was going to be like this magnificent.
Between the two storylines of Tracy, the not skinny hip white kid getting on the show, and the talented black kids crashing the color barrier, hilarity ensues.
Ever since I got that new shipment of exploding bubblegum, business downstairs is booming.
And then there's Tracy's dad, Wilbur.
Wilbur especially is a very dorky, kind of inventive dad. The dad of dads, I guess you could say. And he's just so fun to play. This show it's felt like a sandbox playing this character. I feel like I can do just about whatever I want.
And you will want to stand up and cheer for Cooper High School's presentation of Hairspray. For Weekend Showcase, Neil Persley, CCX News.
Hairspray runs through Friday, March 1st at Cooper High School. Our record February snowfall keeps piling up with more snow expected this weekend. Lurking beneath all that snowfall is ice dam dangers. Take a look at some of the icicles we found in the area. Those thick daggers of ice can cause water damage inside a home. The best advice? Use a roof rake to get the snow off your roof or hire a professional.
For the second time in 4 seasons, the Maple Grove girls hockey team qualified for the state tournament. The Crimson opened play on the Class AA quarterfinals Thursday night when they faced a Minnetonka team that they had beat back in November. First period, Maple Grove's Tristana Tater on the rush. Her shot sneaks past the Tonka goalie and in for a goal. The Crimson lead 1-0, 6:49 into the game. The Skippers will tie it. Number 18, Olivia Meredith tips in Hannah Baskin's shot from the point, and it's 1-1 after a period. In the second, the Skippers break the game open. Emily Bayless with a tip-in on Maggie Nicholson's shot. The power play goal puts Minnetonka ahead for good. Later in the period, Lacey Martin digs the puck out from behind the Grove net, slips a shot in, and it's 4-1 Minnetonka. It's Martin's 10th postseason goal. Great goal there from Lauren Stensley of Maple Grove, makes it 4-2 after 2. And down 5-2 in the third period, Emma Larson scores on a power play. That rebound goal pulls the Crimson back to within 3, but that's as close as they'd get. Nicholson scores Minnetonka's third power play goal later to make it 6-3 Minnetonka. Skippers win 7-4. Maple Grove did beat Eastridge in consolation play Friday afternoon. The Maple Grove boys hockey team is the number 2 seed behind Blaine in Section 5AA. Play got started Thursday night in the section with Maple Grove taking on 7th seed Spring Lake Park. First period, Ethan Elias's shot is off the post and in. It's 2-0 Crimson. Second period, Tyler Kostelecki breaks in on a shorthanded breakaway and scores. That makes it 5-0 Maple Grove. Puck is played off the wall and Kyle Kukkonen zips to the goal and scores. And Kukkonen will move around the defenseman and snaps home another goal, his third of the game. Maple Grove goes on to win this one 11-0 over Spring Lake Park. In the semifinals Saturday at the Ice Forum in Champlin, Centennial and top seed Blaine meet at 3 o'clock. Champlin Park, a 2-0 winner over Anoka in the quarterfinals, plays Maple Grove at 7 o'clock. Wayzata is the number 3 seed for the Section 6AA boys hockey tournament. That gave the Trojans a home game in the quarterfinals as they hosted Armstrong-Cooper. Wayzata gets on the board first. Luke Benet pushing the puck past the defenseman and then catches up to it to score from a shallow angle here. 1-0 Trojans about 7 minutes in. Armstrong-Cooper looking to tie it, but Matt Campion is denied by Danny Fraga's great save. Wayzata leads this game 2-0 after 1 period. On a power play, good puck movement by Wayzata. Tommy Berglund's blast deflected in by Monet, and Trojans are up 3-0 in the second. The Wings do get one as Drew Ide makes a great effort to battle through the defense. He lunges to push it past Fraga. Armstrong-Cooper's within 3-1. In the third, the Wings unable to clear the puck. Jack Seaman centers it. He eventually gets control of the puck and slips a shot through. The Trojans score a 5-1 win over AC. Wayzata now takes on second seed Benilde St. Margaret's at noon Saturday at the Bloomington Ice Garden on the first semifinal in 6AA. Blake meets top seed Edina at 4 o'clock. The Breck girls hockey team is a defending state champion in Class A. After beating Fergus Falls Wednesday, the Mustangs faced Mound-Westonka in the semifinals Friday. Breck's Carly Beanick showing off her version of hockey hair during the pregame introductions. And then the Mustangs come out and just overwhelm previously unbeaten Mound-Westonka. Stella Rettrum's rebound goal puts Breck ahead just 2:21 into the game. Up 2-0, it's Beanick snapping a shot home on the short side. It's 3-0 Mustangs. Beanick would finish with a goal and 3 assists. Watch the pass by Rettrum here, springing Mobley free on a breakaway. You look at the Mobley goal there, and then she will score to make it 4-0 Breck. 21 seconds later, here's the goal for Mobley to put her team ahead 5-0 in the first period. Mustangs will score 6 goals in an 8-minute span. They win it 11-1, and they'll be in the championship game on Saturday afternoon. More news after this.